Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to the Global Career Forum, the international online recruiting event organized for the MBA students from top business schools. We welcome you to today's online session with Wadi, and we have the pleasure to welcome for this live session our keynote speaker, Ankita Arora, who is a talent acquisition specialist in HR. As this is a live Q&A session, I do invite all participants to ask your questions in the Q&A panel on the top right side, and we will convey them to the speaker. Ankita, warm welcome.
Hi, Zana. Thank you so much. That was a pretty good introduction to the organization as well as me. Hi, everybody there. I don't know how many of you are there right now, but then hope you're having a good day till now.
Excellent.
Could they hear me?
Thank you. What I had in mind was to just basically start this session, if you could share with us a little bit more about your position at Wadi, your career path prior to that, just to give us a quick intro.
All right, perfect. So everybody, as you by know, I am Ankita and I've been a part of Wadi as an organization from the past 1.8 years. When I joined at the same designation only as a talent specialist, talent acquisition specialist. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so basically talent acquisition is one of the main I would say functions within the HR. So I was hired as a recruiter, but then in the end, I was handed over the entire HR department as a whole. So since then, I've been handling other functions, be it payroll, be it your employee engagement, be it your employee benefit, performance management, etc. Before working, joining Wadi, I was a part of the organization known as Make My Trip. So it was an online travel, agency. I am sure you must be aware about Make My Trip as an organization. So there, I've only worked as a recruiter. So the journey with Wadi has been, really full of ups and downs because I joined as a recruiter, but then I ended up being a generalist. So yeah, it was full of experiences. The learnings were great. Especially, when you work with a startup, you get immense opportunities to present yourself, to present your ideas as well. So same way we are looking for people out there, will be having great ideas because these two roles, the head of operations and head of marketing, especially head of marketing, we are actually looking at people who will be coming with new ideas, bringing new strategies to, foreshore themselves and, generate the revenue accordingly. So yeah, we are very hopeful from this forum.
Excellent. Can I ask you to share with us a little bit about the startup story, why and how Wadi got started?
So to begin with, Wadi started in the year, this is wherein I'm talking about the marketplace, like the venture. So Wadi started late in the year March 2015. It started on an online shopping portal, which was a marketplace thing. So basically somewhat like Amazon, Snapdeal, Flipkart to be precise. Wherein there then the competitors were Souk, which is actually owned by Amazon. So later on, the last year, actually, things changed, the strategy got changed, the market got changed, and wherein we started and we initiated Wadi Grocery. So these were two separate, entities. We had an online all-in-one mobile application for them as well. Somehow we figured that marketplace is not our forte, and we continued focusing on the grocery. And this till now it has been running all well. Talking about the startup, especially in that geography, the Middle East and the Saudi geography. So there were challenges for sure, especially in the marketplace area. But I guess after Noon.com coming in, that's one of the competitors, that's from the MR group. I'm sure everybody would have listened or heard about MR. So after that, competitor coming in with their own set of finances. So Wadi somewhere, faced those certain troubles in, staying or probably having that stability in the market. So then, we got this idea, the founders got an idea of initiating a new venture by the name of Wadi Grocery. Starter startups to an experience give you immense opportunities, guys. I think you joining an organization with, I think, n number of set of people for XYZ role. For one role, I think the bigger companies have somewhere around 10x people or something like that. So I think that is one hindrance with those companies wherein you can't showcase your own experience or your own ideas. You're always sidelined by your own manager. But when it comes to the startups, you can actually go up and reach out to the founders of the organization as well. So that reachability, that transparency, that openness, and that culture, that very open culture is a plus point with the startups.
Excellent, thank you. So we also know that Wadi is part of the Middle East Internet Group,
Right.
and this is related to Rocket Internet. Could you tell us a little bit more about the group and how the synergies are?
I'm so sorry, Zana. I am actually having a lack of information when it comes to the Rocket Internet group, how it started, because at that time I was not really a part of the organization. So I think to talk about the founders, so there has been a change in the top management as well. To talk about the previous founders who were a part of the Wadi marketplace, the online shopping portal, I think they actually directly contacted Rocket, and therein, they felt that, this idea and that particularly for that geography, that is something which had never happened earlier. Definitely Soup was there, but then there was no other competitor with the similar, ideas or entering the market. So Rocket had this strategy because Amazon funded Soup, and I think Rocket had this idea of initiating something of their own. So I think the investment and that support started from there. Rest, the initial founders were working together with the McKinsey organization. From there, they had been working in the same geography, and they figured that it's a high time to get into this market, and that market, actually performed pretty well. And to talk about the Wadi grocery, I think that's the main focus right now of the organization. So to talk about the Wadi grocery venture right now, so last year only we actually raised a funding of $30 million from Majid Al Fatem. I think if you guys have heard about this, so it's a big venture there in that geography. So that's actually basically a giant there. It's I would say it's a retail giant there in that geography.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And if we talk about the company today, one part that you mentioned that's very important for Wadi is the Wadi groceries. Anything else that it's on its growth path? What's next? What's the vision for next 5-10 years?
All right. So to be really frank, Zana, I won't comment on the 10 years plan for sure, but then the upcoming plan which we have is to onboard and to expand our business to Dubai as well. So for now, we are there in 4 locations, which are Riyadh. Then, okay, I'm a little bad with the names. So we have Jeddah, Dammam, and there is one more which I'm forgetting. So Riyadh, Dammam, and Jeddah are there. We are planning to expand to UAE this year only, probably by the end of this year. So another plus point which is there in this organization is that we have strategic alliances. So we are already having a strategic alliance with PepsiCo, which is again a brand right now. We are tapping R&B and Unilever as well.
Excellent. Can you share with us a little bit more what is the type of the person that succeeds at Wadi? What are some of the key characteristics that you would want to see in the future applicants? What would make a good fit?
Okay. So basically, if I talk about the current strength that is there, so the major average age people that we are having in the organization differs from 23 to 28. That's the average age I'm talking about. So when I say it's 23 to 28 is the average age, sorry, within the organization, so you can understand. We have a very vibrant, very young set of employees here. Who actually are all open to take all kind of risks to take all kind of opportunities coming up to them, who are not hesitant to come forward and ask for work. Startups usually, actually demands a lot of hard work, a lot of effort, especially in the initial stage, right? I won't say that, the other bigger organizations do not require hard work, but then, with startups, you will have to give your blood and sweat to the organization until that is, something there, and you will have to make that organization as your own, right? You will, at every step, you will have to empathize with the founders, what their strategies are, what their plan is. Until you make that particular plan your own, I don't think you will be able to fit into such an environment or a culture. Other than that, it's a very open culture, as I mentioned earlier. You can actually go up to the founder anytime throughout the day. You can reach out to them anytime throughout the day. You have questions, you have queries. If you want to talk about your own particular immediate manager, just feel free to reach out to the HR or the founders themselves. So very open culture, very vibrant, very dynamic. I don't think, there's hardly any like, if I talk about the transparency, so I don't think it's hidden. Everything is transparent. The founders are themselves very transparent. If something is not going well, they'll be very transparent. If we are doing really well in the market, they'll come back and appreciate. So that appreciation of the employees, everything is very, very open.
Perfect, thank you. So currently you're having two positions open, head of marketing and head of operations. Can I ask you to share a little bit more about those positions with us, the talent that you're looking for these positions?
Mm-hmm. So, when I talk about the head of operations role, so I understand, these guys are MBA freshers, but then they'll probably, most of them will be having a pre-MBA experience, right? So when it comes to the head of marketing and the head of operations role, although we'll be providing them with the designation as head of operations and head of marketing, and they'll be leading the entire department, but definitely we'll be looking at people who will be coming with that set of background knowledge at least. Somebody who has done a market research, somebody who understands marketing strategies, somebody who understands operations tools, how can, what all strategies can be used to actually, in the end of the day, help us generating the revenue. When it comes to the the operations role, so evaluating overall performance by gathering or analyzing, or it's basically more into data and analytics for the operations role, and for marketing it will be more into analytics and strategizing. So
Excellent. And in terms of
somebody with that market research background, somebody who understands this FMCG industry, somebody who has done that background check on on the numbers, or how well the competitors are doing, what all strategies are being used by them, what can be done to actually, again, to generate the, and in the end, what matters is just the generation of the revenue or the increase in the revenue, right? For the operations one, it will be actually into handling the entire operational strategies, basically. So evaluating regular efficiency of the business procedures, overseeing the customer support. So yeah, things like that.
and are you targeting specific schools? Are you open to international students?
Definitely, we are open to international students. So for now, as currently we are functioning out of 3 locations. Dubai is somewhat we'll be cutting down to, but then majorly we are in Saudi and India, right? So Saudi, we have set of people who are from international universities. Unfortunately, in India, because of the geographical constraint, we're not having anybody from the international university, but then definitely we'll be all open to work with somebody, from there. So I think they'll be coming with their own set of experiences because they'll be from different markets, and I'm pretty sure they'll be getting their own kind of ideas, which definitely will be able to help the organization to grow. So yeah, we are very keen on working with them.
Thank you. Could you also share with us examples of projects that the new hires would be working on?
So I think again, Zana, I am a part of the HR team here. So somebody who can comment on the upcoming projects particular to these two roles would be the founders. Right. So definitely, as per the participants' interest further to our organization, we'll be setting up a session with the founders, wherein I think they can in-depth comment on the numbers of the, or the current numbers which are going on in Wadi grocery, or what are the plans, upcoming plans, or the insights of the role in depth. I think they'll be the right person to answer. Unfortunately, I'm not be able to.
Okay. Can you share with us then the typical steps in the interview recruiting process, those candidates that would want to apply after they submitted an application, what happens next?
And I'm sorry, I didn't get you. Could you come again?
So I was asking the typical steps in the interview recruiting process at Wadi. What can candidates expect once they submit an application? What are the next steps? What happens?
All right, all right. So once, the candidate would have sent us the application, I'm pretty sure they'll be sharing their own overall curriculum, right, or, a profile or background, right? So we will be shortlisting few profiles. Definitely we'll be going through the profiles. I hardly doubt that, we'll be listing out anybody, but then we'll definitely be going through the profiles and shortlisting as per our requirements. I'll be sharing them with the founders. Post the selection, we'll be setting up a session with the founders for these participants. Based on the final selection, we will be ready to go ahead and offer the person if the expectations are matched from both the ends.
Thank you. Could you talk to us a little bit more about the company structure and different departments, so that people
Sure.
also know what to expect in terms of
Sure.
size and departments?
Sure. So we have we have a couple of departments spread across the geographies. So we have technology department. Technology department consists of various functions, be it the developers, be it the ERP, be it the product management. Then we have our marketing team here. Marketing team again have certain set of functions, be it CRM, be it online marketing, digital marketing, be it offline marketing, be it SEO, be it SEO content writing, so that's a part of the SEO only. Then we have our design team here, which consists of designers, copywriters. Then we have our admin team here. Then we have our operations team, the HR team. I am a part of the HR team. So yeah, major teams are these. The finance team is there, which is based out of Dubai right now.
Thank you. And on average, how long do people stay in the same position? How does Wadi promote career evolution and change?
Mm-hmm. So actually it depends. So we do not really consider, particularly in a startup, we do not really consider the tenure being spent in the organization when it comes to promotion or, a revision of the salary, the appraisal, right? So on an average, I think people have got promoted. There are examples wherein people have got promoted within 1 year. There are examples wherein people have got promoted within 1.5 years as well. So I would say, but somewhere between 1 to 1.5 years, but entirely depending upon the performance.
Okay.
Somebody who performed exceptionally well, so we do not really hesitate going forward and appreciating the person or providing a salary revision or a promotion as well.
Thank you. When we talk about performance review process for these positions, what is basically the process that is put in place? What can candidates expect in terms of who they would be reporting to?
Mm-hmm. So these two roles, as this will be like the two roles would require people who will be heading the entire department, right? So these guys will be reporting into the founders directly, either Jamil or Eugene. So we have two founders, so people would be reporting directly into the founders only.
Can you just please remind us the names of the founders so that candidates could look them up?
Yes. Okay, hold on, yeah. So one is Eugene Brixius. If you want me to spell their name, I can do that.
That would be helpful.
All right. So one is, as I mentioned, Eugene Brixius. So it's Eugen. It's Eugen is the first name.
Yes.
And then the last name is Brixius. So it's
Mm-hmm.
BRIKCIUS.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you.
Yes.
And the other one?
The other one is Jamil. That's the first name. So it's GJAMEL.
Excellent.
Mohand. So it's MOHAND.
Okay.
The last name is Osed. So it's
Mm-hmm.
OUSSAID.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I think it's going to be
You're
helpful to
welcome.
the candidates.
I am pretty sure. I think you'll find them somewhere online.
And as you said, in terms of open culture, people can
Definitely.
reach out to them with any questions that
Definitely.
they would have
Definitely.
around business.
Definitely. So to be really frank, because these two are based out of Saudi, so it's not that, I particularly myself, I'll talk about myself here. So it's not that, we are always communicating over Hangouts or emails. It's a very open culture that we most of the times are talking on WhatsApp. So it's that open and that, I would say that, yeah, friendly.
Excellent. And what gets you personally most excited about the company's future?
I'm really excited about the company's future actually. There was a news wherein, so the major USP of Wadi Grocery is basically that we provide a 2 hour slot to the customers. So it's very user friendly. If you will go and visit the mobile application, I don't know if the participants have done that. If they're not, I would suggest that you better download the mobile application and do visit the application. Just in case that anybody has any feedback, how can we make it better or more user friendly, they'll be all welcomed. Other than that, we have our USP that we provide a 2 hour slot to the customers, wherein they can book a particular slot, say suppose from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. or XYZ, and accordingly their products will be delivered during that time slot only. And we have actually, we were in the news last year for delivering within those 2 hours, like from the time of order to delivering the product within 2 hours time. Yeah,
Thank
so I'm
you.
really excited about the future. There are other things which are planned for the upcoming year, for this year specifically. So yeah, really, really looking forward to it.
Excellent. So considering this is the Middle East and a tech startup, could you please share more regarding the compensation that you offer? We do imagine this varies from person to person, but yet can
That
you share some insights regarding how competitive the salaries are, whether there is a high variable component, options, shares, etc.?
So actually, Zana, I think it will be too early to comment on the compensation. Firstly, because it depends on it actually varies from person to person because it varies on the pedigree the person is coming from or a pre-MBA experience this person is having. Secondly, I think we will be closing that post. These guys have a discussion with the founders once. So I think it's too soon for me to comment on the compensation.
Okay, so considering that we have a few moments left, I thought of giving you an opportunity to also share from your side any key messages, any advice that you would have for the applicants, for the candidates.
Sure. So guys, just a couple of things here. Although I say that our founders are very open, very friendly, very reachable, but then it doesn't mean that for them the numbers or a person's work they neglect on it, right? So whenever like anybody from your side will be having a word with anybody, like be it Jamil or Eugene, I would say just be prepared with your numbers, guys. Do go and download our mobile application. Do visit. If you have any comments, it will be really great if you'll come up with some inputs of how can we, improve on our mobile application. If you have any ideas, just prepare themselves in your mind, and definitely just read about the competitors. Be very clear with your numbers. I don't know how will your search be. If you can find them online, that'll be super. But other than that, these two guys will definitely be giving you a download on the position and the further insight or further plan for these two roles, which is there. But yeah, they really like people with who have numbers in their mind and who are very analytically correct. Rest, I think they'll be very open, very friendly with you, so I don't think you need to worry much about it. Just be frank with your answers. Do not, make a lot of efforts of proving yourself. Just be natural, just be effortless, but just be prepared. So yeah,
Great, thank you.
yeah.
Just perhaps the very last question, should people proactively apply to the positions through the forum, or will you be doing some outreach on your site as well before you were mentioning shortlisting the candidates?
I think they can directly apply to me or on that forum only. I think that will be sorted. It will shorten the process as well for them. Also, it will be much easier. Or whatever process they would like to apply ahead with.
Great, thank you. Well, Ankita,
Because yeah, I'm sorry for interrupting. Because I guess with the shortlisted profiles, we'll definitely be scheduling a session with the founders.
and
Or
what would be the
or
timeline for that?
and I can only get back post having a word with them. I'm not really sure.
Okay, thank you. Well, thank you so much for your time to be with us here today and
Thank
sharing
you.
more about Wadi.
Sure, sure. It was really having a word with you and the people out there. I'm not sure, again, how many of them are there, but then really, I guys, I think I have answered most of your queries. There were certain questions, unfortunately, I won't be able to answer them or couldn't answer them, but I'm sure you by now having an idea about the organization and the culture that we, pursue here. So looking forward for your applications and looking forward for your, to having a word with you again.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Ankita. Have
Thank
a
you,
great day.
Zaka. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.